Hey, in case you don't know, I work full-time in a tech company in New Zealand. Sometimes earlier I filmed a vlog of myself working in the office. It's a pretty cool place. If you want to know more about my job and my life, definitely click the link above and check that out. My title is Senior Service Analyst. Basically, what I do in a day is solving software and infrastructure issues, also provide consultancy service for our customer. Now, allow me to boost a little bit. I have a high incident closing rate, and once they're closed, they don't get reopened very often because my solutions are known to be in high quality, which usually fix the root cause of the problem. It's gone for good. So I am pretty good at my job. But let me tell you one secret here. I am not that technical. My understanding of technology is very basic. Heck, I don't even know how to build my own computer. Speaking from my experience, in order to be a great tech consultant, you need to excel at these two skills, which I think is far more important than the actual technical knowledge. You might have guessed it already, and they are the communication skills and the problem-solving skills. In this video, I'm going to share my methodology when it comes to dealing with issues and handling customers. And once you get used to it, you find yourself getting things done quicker and make others happier. It doesn't matter if you're working in the IT field or not, because these are soft skills. They are transferable. If you want to achieve more and get better results at work, definitely watch this till the end because it will be very relevant to you. Hello everyone, if this is the first time you come across to my channel, I create content for the young working professionals to help them level up in their life and career. If you find my video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you don't miss out. So the very first tip for you is to ask great and on-point questions. You might find it strange. What? If you are the consultant, then wouldn't it be the client asking you all sorts of questions and you answer them? How come it's the other way around? Now, before I explain, I have to tell you one fact here. Most of the time, the client we deal with are not tech savvy. And what's even worse, when they consult us for a solution, what they present to us are often ambiguous or incomplete. It is not working. It has to be a bug. You fix it now. Can you be more unclear about it? It's like going to the doctor and you tell them you're not feeling good. Nothing else. Then how are they supposed to help them? That's when our role comes into play. Before we help them right away, what's important here is to ask great and on-point questions. What's the behavior? What time it happened? What's the impact? How to replicate the problem? How urgent is that? You can only help when you understand the situation fully. But of course, these are the basics and it doesn't really make you shine. What makes you stand out is understand the context and ask questions that can get them into thinking. For example, say the customer wants to implement feature A. Instead of giving them the steps directly, ask them why they want to do so and what they want to achieve in the first place. Say they want a cool animation on their page to impress the visitors, but does it really help with their sales? After asking that, they might just review their requirement. See a difference here? If you do as they told, then you might push them in a wrong direction, and that wouldn't help. I've heard of one saying, being good at asking questions is a more desirable skill than finding answers, because in many cases, when it comes to finding answers, usually you can just find it online. But before that, we must come up with the right question to look into first. And I think this is right to a certain extent. And the second tip for you is to understand your audience. As a technology consultant, we deal with people at different skill level. From customers who barely know how to turn on the computer to hardcore developers where we are free to discuss in a relatively low level. Obviously, when we deliver solutions to the less tech-savvy customers, I will try to avoid using jargons and explain in a way that even a 10-year-old can understand. I will also ask if they are following from time to time, just to make sure we haven't missed them. It might seem like a no-brainer to you, but you'd be surprised many tech people don't follow that. They tend to get too passionate when they go through the concepts. They talk non-stop without clarifying much, and as a result, they just overwhelmed the listener. When it comes to consultation, it has a lot to do with communication. And if you don't understand their struggle and don't explain well, it won't help the situation at all. Adjusting your communication style based on your audience is such a valuable skill that I learned in my job. It definitely has helped heaps in my life. The third tip for you is to think one step ahead. Sometimes I feel consulting is like playing chess. They give you a problem, you solve it, and who knows if they are going to dig deeper or come up with another question. And you never know, they might screw up by not following your instruction properly. What I find really helpful is making predictions on how they respond and include the extra information they may ask further in my answer. By being proactive, I'm saving so much time because we don't have to go back and forth, and they'll find us easier to deal with, which is always a good thing. It's not that hard, as long as you take these few things into account, such as their personality, their skill level, and past histories when you get back to them. Then it'll become second nature. One extra tip for you is to come with options. I personally think there are many ways to solve a problem, and it can't be more true when it comes to technical issues. Instead of giving them a standard solution, I tend to provide a few extra options to the customer with the pros and cons list. Of course, that means extra work, but is it worth it? It is certainly a yes. Not only it makes you more professional and transparent, and the fact is they will appreciate more because they feel like you are taking the extra mile to find out what's suitable for them. So definitely give it a go and you won't regret it. Alright, as a recap, there are 4 key ideas. First is to improve your skill of asking questions. Get as much information as you can and don't be afraid to doubt their request because they may not know what they really want, and all it takes is ask a good question. Second is understand your audience. If you know they are not tech savvy, refrain yourself from using too many technical terms so that you don't overwhelm them. The third point is thinking one step ahead. Give extra clarification that they may potentially come up with to make the consultation process more smooth and efficient. And finally, provide options if possible. They'll always appreciate it if you are being proactive. These are the tips that I follow and they serve me well. If you keep these in mind as you go, I promise you'll achieve more than you think in your career, regardless if you're working in the IT industry. Now, I hope you find this video helpful, and if you do, make sure you give me a thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. That would mean a lot to me. And again, I am a career empowerment coach. If you are feeling a bit unmotivated and struggling at work, feel free to book a 30 minutes clarity call with me for free. Details at the description. I'll see you in the next video. Signing off.